So what we're going to do is we're going to make a structured research document based off this template right here. If you guys want this template to get started and not have to build this from scratch, make sure you guys join my community, and we'll have all these automations as well as any other automations I do in there included. So we're going to start from this, and we're going to enhance this using something called Placid. So with Placid, what we're going to do is basically create a structured document like this. Right now, what we currently have is a simple workflow that goes and it uses basically a Tavli API that basically allows you to search the web with AI. So we're searching web with AI and we're getting a research document back, but it wasn't as structured. It was just generally going and researching and returning a non-structured output. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to make the output structured and neat. So I already created a template. Again, this template will be inside my community as well. What we're going to do is just edit this template. Well, for one, we're not going to edit this template. We're going to use this template. If you don't have a template created and you're not in the community, just create a template like this to follow along. It's extremely simple. If you're in the community, make sure you have this up and running so you can follow along. So what we're going to do is just make sure everything here is named in the correct way, because what we're going to be doing is allowing the AI to change all of these. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go back to N8N. What we're going to do is go to our template. Again, this is going to be very simple. We're going to click Summarize Web Content. It's already set up for this. We're just going to change in Markdown format. We're going to say Summarizes Web Content according to following format. Now what we're going to do is check this right here. Make sure you do this. It's very important. Require specific output format. Connect an output parser on the canvas. Let's go structured output parser. There we go. Let's get this right here. What we're going to want to do is change this from state, and we're going to use these same parameters that we have here, right? So here we want intro text. Intro. Actually, we want to do title first. Title. Intro text. Do it like that. Intro text. Let's make sure title is named the same. It is title. Intro text. Okay, what else? We have key 1, key 2. Let's change this. Key 1, key 2. And then I have this one. Let's change this. Make sure you have the name correctly. So we want this to be key 3. So now what we're going to do is, again, remove this right here. Intro text. Intro text. Okay. Do another one. So for this one, we're going to do key 1. Now we're going to do key point 1 research. Key point 1. So now what I'm going to do is just do that, and I'm going to copy this part. So keep it simple. So we're going to make that key 2. Key point 2. Same thing one more time. 3. Okay, now what's next? So now we're going to do the analysis and conclusion. So we're going to change this. Analysis. Hold on, analysis. This is, okay. And conclusion. Okay. What we're gonna do is do analysis, research, analysis. Okay. I'll say for here, I'm gonna tell it to do short research because I don't want it to be too long. Short, because the AI is gonna see this as context. Short research key point, and now I'm gonna say research analysis is good. And then the last one is conclusion. Conclusion. Research. Conclusion. 2 to 3 sentence. Research. Conclusion. I think that's pretty much it. Let's double check. Conclusion analysis. 3 key points. This and a title. So let's say research title here. Search paper per title. Think we are good. Make sure before I dip out of here. So let's see where we're at now. We have a structured output parser, easy. And I think now we should be good. Say all incoming items. So now that we have a structured output parser, which basically is going to make sure that our AI returns the output in a basically a formatted way, just like our desired template is going to be formatted. So this is extremely simple. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this to our make automation. And our make automation is honestly, you can do this inside of N8N, but for me personally, it's easier to do in make.com because they have its own placid module here, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is click, first we actually want to trigger it. Remember, triggering, if you don't understand what a trigger is, it's the same concept as N8N. If you don't understand, make sure you go and watch the basics video. But you're gonna start a trigger. In this case, we're gonna use a webhook trigger. Think about this webhook trigger as almost like trigger an event from another workflow, just like we've been doing in N8N. So we're basically gonna, this is gonna allow us to, for N8N to contact this workflow and trigger this workflow. So what we're gonna do is just do a custom webhook. We're gonna add a webhook. We're gonna call this, what are we creating right now? Let's say research doc web, I'm just gonna say research doc WH for webhook. Click show advanced settings. And this is very important, family. You want to do choose data structure and you want to click add. So what this is doing is we're creating what the input is going to look like. So just like how we have certain structured data that we need to create this document, we're going to basically add those fields here as well. So let's go to add specification, add item. Here we go. Let's say title, right? Title. So that's going to be text. Enter default value. That's okay. So let's say add item. Let's go to, what's the next one? Intro text. So add another item. Okay, let's say key one text. Add another one. Text. Another one. Key 3 text. So now we're just going to do the analysis. Now we're going to do conclusion. So now let's also edit this so I know the name of it. This is correct. How do I change the name of it? This is correct. So I'm just gonna click save. Don't need to change the name. So we have that data structure now. Let's click save. That webhook is set up. Click save. Now we're good. So what we're gonna need to do now is all we're gonna do. This is gonna be a simple make automation. We're gonna add a place ID module. Place ID, and from there we're gonna do create an image. Now in this case we actually want to delete this because we want this to be a PDF. So we're gonna do place it, create PDF. So now what we're gonna want to do is click and find our correct template. In this case it's a research document, so this is the wrong one. Let's see. Just make sure that my template is here. No, it's not research. So one thing you need to do to create a Placid connection on a new project is every new project you create, you have to add a new connection. So get your API key. There's different API keys for every project you have. So in using this API key, what we're going to do is basically add another connection because this is another project. So what we're going to do is paste that in there. Call this basically, research doc. So now I can select my template that's in this project, which will be my research document. And it's going to show me all the available options. So as you can see here, all we have to do is extremely simple, family. We're just mapping the required information to the required slot. So here, title, click title. Next, intro text, click intro text. Next, click analysis, click analysis. Where's key 1, key 2, and key 3? So on here, let me show you something else because the key points are not showing currently, which means that if we go to edit and we click these, we'll see that they're not dynamic. So on the right side, you'll see this symbol. This symbol over here is basically what's going to allow you to go ahead and make and edit these items. If you do not have this, you won't be able to edit them. So that's the issue we're seeing here. We don't see these 3 key points. So all we're going to do is just click this, and this, save, go back to make. Let's go here. Now we can see key 1, key 2, key 3. Let's click save real quick, but let's go back on here. We're going to basically just refresh it, and now we should see it. Okay, so as you can see, we see them. Key 2 goes here. Key 3 goes here. So now everything is mapped. That's extremely simple. Now what I'm currently going to show y'all is how to set up and be very organized with your automations. So this is called Airtable. It's basically a database where you can enter data. So enter your automation, enter the information that you want, and keep track of your automations and the stuff that you're generating from your automations. So let's say we keep generating these research documents. I want to be able to store them somewhere. So right now, what you want to do is you want to go and create a project on on Airtable. And once you create a project, then you're going to be able to add tables. So as you can see, all these up here are tables. So these sections, as you can see, the arrow's not the best, but these sections that you can see up here are all different tables. So that's basically different. Think about it like spreadsheets where you can add information. And each information, they have different table headers. With each different table, they have table headers. So basically you see name, notes, assignee status. So let's go here. Let's go to image. For this case, we're doing a research document. This is my AI agent document and template, which I'll have, again, for y'all in the community. If you don't have access to community, it's extremely simple to set up a basic make or Airtable database. But if you have the template, it's extremely simpler. But it's not. It doesn't take you long. Don't let it deter you. This is how you stay organized. So basically here, right, we have our research document. So we already have a research page, a research table. So let's go on here and see what the fields are. We have topic, we have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and then the PDF file. In all honesty, we're probably just going to be using the topic and treat it as a name. I'll probably change this to name. I'll most likely delete the page one. Hold on. Delete all these other pages. And I'll honestly just leave it as name, PDF, and type. So with that being said, these are just the fields that I'm gonna have the automation to work through. So now that I have my research table, all you wanna do is, again, you will go to your project settings and click integrations here, and you'll find your API key. That's all you need to create a connection on make.com. So this is all I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna add an Airtable node. So for now, I'm gonna do a create record. Remember, if you never used Airtable before, you have to do a connection. So right now, I already have my connection to my database in my project. So in doing so, what you're gonna wanna do is find the base. So the base is basically just like I said, your project. So let's go on here. I'm gonna make sure I'm on my right connection. So once you find your project that you created, your base is what it's called. Mine in this case is called make.com social media automation database. So once I have that done and selected, now I can select my table, basically where I want to insert the data. Because remember, I'm creating a record, which basically means I'm uploading to the database. So the goal is to be able to upload this file to my database so I can keep track of all my research documents. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the research base or the research table. Now all I have to do is assign these different things like the name. So here for the name, I'll do title, and then I'm gonna show y'all something. Pay attention. This is how you can set unique IDs, because just think about it. If you make different research documents and they end up having the same titles, it can cause problems. So what I usually do is I click this A button up here and I use this UUID, so like a unique user ID basically. So this is gonna give each of these basically a number with an ID, a unique unit identifier. So it basically gives everything is unique number. So you're not going to get it replicated. So basically the title, so the title of the document plus a unique ID. That's going to be the file's name or the record's name in the database. So the assignee, I don't need to add right now. PDF file. That is going to be the output from here. So what I need to do is click this star, and then I'll see PDF URL. As you can see, that's all I need. That is it. Click save. Now, what we will need to do is, all we have to do is hook this up to our N8N. And actually, we need one more step. So before we hook this up to our N8N, we need to be able to make sure that it responds with the correct data to N8N. So what we need to do is click one more node and make a webhook node again, and then click webhook response. So in doing that, you get to put what is responded to the AI. I'm sorry, basically what is responded to your agent. So what the agent receives back from this automation. What we want this agent to receive back is purely just basically this PDF URL, because that is what's going to tell the user that it created, and it's going to send that URL, and basically the user will be able to download it from, in my case, from my agent, I have it running through Telegram. So I'm going to click save, and now this automation is complete. All we have to do is link it to N8N. So this is how we do that. All you need to do is click this webhook right here, and then you see this link, you can just click this button right here that says copy address to clipboard. Now that we have that link copied, what we're going to do is go back to our N8N automation. We're going to go back to this template. We're going to add another node, press plus. We're going to click action in app. What we're going to do is search HTTP requests. Add that node. We're going to do a post request. We're going to drop that URL in here, and we're going to send body. So now what we're going to do is, again, this can be kind of repetitive, but it's worth it. All we have to do is add these fields in one more time in the same way we did last time. So first, title. And then we got intro text. We got key 1, key 2, key 3, and then we're going to do analysis conclusion. So now we're going to do is click execute previous nodes. So now I'm going to basically testing the workflow. I'm just going to say Let's say crypto news today. See if it triggered. For some reason, it did not trigger. Oh, the chat window is not connected to it. Let's connect that here. So what I like to do here, especially if you have multiple nodes or trigger nodes, like a chat input window, what I do here is I click here, and you'll get familiar with this, but you'll see JSON.text. This is not the right one. It's not going to read if you send in chat input. So it's either going to be either or. It's never going to be both. So you can put them both next to each other because one of them will always be empty, basically. So right now, what I wanted to do is I want to do JSON.chat input. So when I test via this chat input right here, this will be able to extract that data and send it over. So now what I'm going to do is click save for one and type the same thing. Crypto news today. There we go. Now it's running. It's getting that search result. And again, if you guys want this template, make sure you're in the community because I'm not even going over how the research is happening. I'm just showing you how to get that structured output. As you guys can see, it just did that, but we ran into an error here. Let's see what the issue is. That's the issue. Make sure that you have your scenario on. Unlike me, I did not turn it on. So let's save the scenario and turn it on. Save. Let's actually click run once so we can see it running. And now let's test the workflow one more time. Let's say crypto news today one more time. Let's see if it works. Sometimes N8N can be a little bit glitchy and triggering, so let's just restart that. It's pretty solidified and reliable when you do it from an agent, but on this chat window, it can become kind of glitchy sometimes. But we're going to do crypto news today. Okay, now it's going through that workflow again. Now that we have turned on our make automation, we should be good. And we should go here and see, yep, as we can see. So now it's creating that PDF. Now it's adding that to Airtable. Now I just responded to the AI. And as we can see, we just got that message back. Here is a link to our PDF file. So let's go and see what the AI has created here. Let's copy this link. Let's go here. So the document didn't return what we want. Let's see what went wrong here. Let's go here. Let's see what's getting passed into this. Nothing. That's the issue. So you needed to run that test first so you can pass this data here. So first, let's go basically here. So you see this is the structured output. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that title and just drag and drop, family. It's extremely simple. Intro text. Here we go. Key 1. I like that. Key 2. I like that. Key 3. I like that. Okay, so now we're going to drop that analysis and conclusion. It looked like everything was generated correctly, just did not get placed. So now everything is good. What we're going to do is we're going to restart and retest. Okay, we're going to say crypto news today, resending it, executing. We should be good. Let's go here, we're running. It's really satisfying to see your automations run, especially when you spend a lot of time on them. So the more y'all do this, the more satisfying it's going to get. So we just got that done. Now let's see our result. We should have an actually updated document this time with new information, not just the standard. So let's copy that. Oh, shoot. Let's paste that here. And boom. So now we can see it. Crypto market update. Major cryptocurrencies experience significant dips as market volatility continues ahead of key events. So I would make this, I can adjust this in the file, in the template, and I'm going to show you how to do that shortly. But as you can see, just replace that. Now replace the key points. ETH at $2,609 minus 6.5%. BTC, Solana. So awesome key points. You feel me? These are useful information that if I wanted to research crypto news today, these will actually be viable information for me. So analysis. Ethereum's price decline is largely attributed to the SEC's delay in approving ETF options, causing investors to reassess their positions. Additionally, Solana's recent struggles, blah, 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 blah. Viable information. So again, we seen that we had an issue here with the conclusion. Let's go and see why. So to easily check what basically happened in your workflow, you can just click the executions button up here, and it will basically tell you node by node where your error went wrong. So it's pretty easy to error handle. So let's go and basically go through here and see what the output was. The input was for here. Conclusion. We got a conclusion, but I'm not sure. We just got a random. I don't think that was on purpose, to be honest. Let's just make sure. Yeah, so the issue is I don't know how the conclusion wasn't set to dynamic, so it wasn't actually being changed. So all I have to do is just click that, and now it's saved. Now we're good. So yeah, I just showed you how to turn a template like this into an actual document that's able to be edited by AI. So again, if you want all these templates, make sure you join the community. If you want all the templates that I make in the future, make sure you join this community. Understand that almost all these jobs are going to get replaced by AI that you're looking at right now. So learn how to build this, and I promise you, you will be a wealthy individual. It's extremely simple. The hungry gonna eat.